I always laugh a lot. I always keep a smile on my face. People be like, oh, wow, you're always smiling, always laughing. Yeah, because I'm hiding the pain inside.
How do you feel about abortions?
I'm against them. I read the word of God and God frowned against it. But I know people say my body, my choice and all that. But a baby is a gift from God. If you don't want to put yourself in that position, don't do what will lead to that position.
Did you ever blame yourself for the lack of affection from your dad?
Yeah, there were times that I blame myself 100%. For that, like that drove me into having depression, anxiety. But I gave him my life savings, thinking that okay, you know what? If it goes, when it's settled, it will, repay back or reach out to me. And just for everything to just go south, lost my life savings and also lost my dad during the process.
If he was the one sitting across from you right now, what would you say to him?
My name is Dennis Falade. I'm an athlete. I play soccer. I study computer science, cybersecurity to be exact. And I'm from Ondo State, Nigeria.
Dennis, thank you so much for being here.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Exactly. One thing I love about human beings is that when we see someone, we immediately judge them. Immediately. We just look at them and like, this is this person. This person is either a clean person, dirty person. Why is this person wearing gold instead of silver? All these questions go through their head, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to combat that, as the people are looking at you now, they're about to hear your story, your life story, and everything like that. But they're giving these false assumptions. To combat that assumption, we're going to play a game.
Okay.
Called assumptions, okay?
Yeah.
The way it goes is they're going to be level 1, 2, and 3. At the very beginning, we're going to start with level 1 to kind of get an introductory level intro into your life. You're going to ask a question, give some options, and then it'll be left to me and the audience to figure out what your answer would be just by looking at you, seeing your vibe, seeing your energy, the way you're behaving.
Yeah, no, I like that.
And then we learn a little bit more about you. Then we'll do level 2, learn a little bit more level 3, and then we go from there. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
And so that you won't feel too lonely doing it, me too, I'll expose some things about myself, okay?
No, I like.
All right, let's start with level 1.
Level 1.
Go ahead and ask your question. I'm very sure.
So level 1, when it comes to wings, I'm always going A, bone in or B, boneless.
This guy is first of all, as you can tell, we're all Nigerians, most of us. If you're not Nigerian, very good.
Very good.
What do Nigerians do? What do Nigerians do? We eat the bone.
Yeah.
We eat the bone. We eat the bone. A bone is actually a second meal when you think about it. One problem I have about America is that they'll say it's a chicken wing when it's boneless. I'm like, that's a chicken nugget, actually.
Yeah.
That's a chicken. Like, what's the difference between a chicken wing and
Bro, I had that argument with my girlfriend.
Are you serious?
On the daily, bro. Chicken nuggets and boneless wings are the same thing.
Exactly.
Bone in is the actual chicken wing.
Yeah.
Like, it's the wing. You're in the old thing, the old arm.
Exactly.
But I also have a question, though. Why is the wing so tiny?
Tiny. I don't know.
The wings back home, they be huge.
Big, yeah.
So, hey,
Bro.
government type of wing.
So am I correct?
Yeah, you're right. I'm a bone-in dude. Bone in all day.
If I'm eating wings, you got to get the bone.
You got to get the bone.
The cartilage.
The bone is the second meal, like you said. That second meal, that calcium that you get from the bone, it beats nothing, man.
I don't know if anyone out there that likes boneless, just go and buy some chicken nuggets.
Bro, just go to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, bro. Save your money.
Exactly. Add some barbecue sauce in there. You have your chicken wings.
Wings.
Yeah, exactly. Question.
Yes, sir.
I have a secret internet identity.
Okay.
Is that true or false?
Looking just off your vibe, do you have a secret identity?
Is on the internet. So.
Nah, I'll say false.
False?
Yeah, because you're the type of dude that doesn't really have a social media presence that much until a lot recently when you start this podcast. When I first met you, I've known you for since 2017.
Yeah.
And you never had social media. You barely be on Snapchat, Instagram, not even, Facebook. I just recently created a Facebook account. Exactly. But yeah, I'll say.
Be a troll. I could be a secret troll.
Nah, I don't see that. You're a Chelsea fan, so I don't see that. You can't troll nothing, bro.
Exactly. It's only the Man United fans that would be trolling.
I mean, hey, look.
They can't win, so they have to troll.
Facts. We have to troll.
That is true. I don't have a secret identity online. Maybe after we've crossed the 50 million subscribers, 100 million followers on Instagram, then I have to make a Finsta. You know what I'm saying? To just get away from all the too much fans.
I don't even understand the logic behind a Finsta. Like I see somebody that has like 200 followers on Instagram and they got a Finsta.
200 followers.
Like you're not famous. Nobody's looking for you.
Yeah, I've just insulted a lot of people's personal life.
I'm so sorry if you feel insulted, but that's just my personal. Look, I'm for clarification, I'm the type of dude that just talk blunt without regarding to anybody else's feeling. So if you feel offended, don't be. I didn't mean to. It's just my nature, and I'm so sorry.
He did not mean that apology.
Yeah, I'm not sorry.
He did not mean that apology at all.
I'm just 100% like that, bro.
But before they stone you, what's your next question?
My next question. I'm splitting the bill on the first date. Is it true or false?
Are you splitting the bill? I feel like this one is a half and half. I feel like it's half and half. If you dislike the date, like this date did not go well, I think you'd split it. But on a normal, if it went well, I think you wouldn't. That's my final answer.
I say you're false on that.
I'm wrong?
Yes. I'm a gentleman. You feel me? Like every time we go on a date, even if the date is not I wanted it to go, still, because I asked you out on that date, I would take the responsibility of paying the whole thing. But that doesn't mean you have the luxury to go crazy on the bill and then order some Chardonnay that's like $500.
Bro, but people be doing that.
People do that, and then that's when it's outrageous, because at that point I feel like you're just using me to get a free meal. And when I get that feeling, that vibe, then I'll probably I would still pay the bill.
You would still pay the bill?
Yeah, but it would be. I would cut the dinner short.
I'll cut the dinner short.
Yeah, I would. When I realize, that's how it's going along, I might just end the dinner right there at the meal. Wouldn't wait for desserts. No get no seconds. Just ask the waiter for the bill and just cut it off right there.
Done from there.
Yeah, so that way to save myself from wasting a lot of money in the long run. Okay. But if it's a good dinner and we're vibing, we feeling each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my girlfriend and I, when we first met, we went to the mall. That was the first time we went to the mall, just friends, and that's when I actually fell in love with her at first. And when we was vibing, I realized that we were having good chemistry. I offered to buy a lot of things at the mall, even though she said no, which shocked me because people I had to talk to before I met her, they jumped the gun. At that point, that's when I realized, okay, this relationship won't last long, or might not work and everything. But when she said no a couple times, we went out to go eat. I offered to pay for our food. She said no, and I was like, oh, this is different. And then I was intrigued. I was interested in her. Didn't want to necessarily I wanted to spoil her, but I didn't want her to make her ask me for something. But I was just interested in that kind of person. So if the date is going fine, I'll pay the whole thing. Even if I feel like you're trying for money, for food, I'll cut the date short, but I'll still pay for it. Just because I asked you to come out to go on a date with me. So
are you telling the ladies that the best way to get a guy is to be patient when it comes to spending?
Yes, be patient. Because a lot of guys, they'll want to show off the money because, they be like, oh, I got money so I can get where I want, whatever I want. So they want to take you out to spend a rack on you. And a lot recently I had a testimony from a friend who did that to a lady. And then when the money was running out, the lady, she saw a different side of the lady. I won't say no names because it's a private conversation that we mean confidence, but just out there as a testimony, if ladies, if you want to get a guy, just be patient with them. The money is there and the money will be there, but just take your time to know who they are first before you decide to just jump the gun and just go for the bag of rib.
Exactly. You see, this podcast is now. That's what we should talk about, dating advice. Guys, can we teach about dating advice?
Yeah.
We can.
We can.
Exactly. We've turned this has become an alpha male podcast.
Nah, don't say that now, bro. A lot of people gonna chew your heads off.
50%.
They're gonna chew your head off, bro.
No. But that's very interesting. Just hold back. Just hold back a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little tap on the brake. You know what I'm saying? I can shove my whole fist into my mouth. That's a question. That was not just a statement I made. True or false? People listening online, they'll just be like, what's it?
Let's make a fist?
Yeah, make a fist, yeah.
False. Yeah, false. You don't want to try because you would get stuck. Oh, my. Hey, Cameron, did you see that? Hey, did y'all get that?
Did y'all get that?
I hope y'all did get that. Because if I'm out there saying, "Oh, my brother is out of pocket," you know, it's on that sus stuff. I'm not sure I said the word because I ain't trying to get canceled.
What is the hand you made?
That sus stuff. You feel me? That gay stuff.
Oh shit.
Whatchamacallit? Don't say I'm just don't think I'm lying because now we got evidence, we got proof, and you better not edit this out. I'm watching the video, so you better not edit this out,
bro. If I want to edit it out, pam delete. That's what it is. Pam down delete. But no, it's no problem. Everyone can see what they want to see there. But yes, it is fault. I've never tried it. I don't think I'm not in the mood to try it unless
I've tried it when I was younger.
Did it fit?
Nope.
Did not fit.
If your fist can fit in your mouth, it's gonna get stuck.
Yes.
Because
it's just painful and
it just hurts. Yeah. Like I had somebody that actually wanted to try it. I'm like, bro, are you okay, bro? You nuts?
He said you nuts. All right, man. That was Assumptions level 1. We're still gonna do level 2 and level 3, so stay tuned for that. But looking at you now, I'm a little deep into it. What's the first thing you would say? The first memory or the first interaction when you were younger that made you the man you are today?
I would say a lot of interactions I had when I was younger didn't really make me the way I am today.
Really?
Nah. Because when I was younger, I've always wanted the relationship with my dad because he's the only, the male figure in my life. And I never got that relationship. The only thing we could bond on over was just soccer. We could bond over just football. That's what we call it, the real football, like Americans. But that's why we barely bonded over it too. Like the only time we talk is when we have games. And outside of that, we didn't really have a relationship like that. And there's no particular main figure in my life that stood out when I was a kid growing up. My mom's brothers, here and there, I saw them. I have a lawyer uncle. I have an uncle that's a doctor. I wanted to be like him growing up, but I'm not even in the medical field anymore. So nothing in particular played a huge role in what I am today. What played a huge role in who I am today is somebody I met a lot recently too. About a year and a half ago, give or take, is who played a huge role in my life, and he's currently my mentor. I met him in my church, and he talked to me and he gave me an advice because I told him I never had a fatherly love because my dad never told me I love you growing up. I was a smart kid. I wasn't necessarily. I'm not trying to be like boast or anything, but I was. Y'all know about the cowbell competition back home in math. Yeah. I was participated in there. Yeah. I became one of the finalists, but I couldn't go because I had some personal issues came up that I had to turn me down. That my friend actually went and I won it in the year 2015. 2014, 15, I'm not sure. His name is Ayo. He won the cowboy. That's my friend. We were in the same math class, the same math learning experience, everything. So I've always been top of the class, first A students always get first in all math. I was the only person in my secondary school back home that took further maths in a NECO and WAEC and had a B2 and a B3 in it.
Smart boy.
So I never got, I'm proud of you for doing that from my dad. I never got, I love you from my dad. So I didn't necessarily have a significant male figure in my life growing up until I met my mentor at church. And when he told me that, I actually broke down in tears. I cried, boohoo, cried like a baby because that was the first male person that told me I love you unconditionally. And it's like there's nothing attached to it. I didn't feel like there's a string attached to it. Like he said that to me, and ever since then, I didn't necessarily attach myself to him just because of that, because I'm looking for a real figure in my life. But my bond with him got closer, and that's how I got a lot closer with God too, just because of that.
You got a lot closer to God because of that experience.
Yes.
And I feel like that's something that unfortunately a lot of people can relate to when it comes to male figures in your life. First of all, let's start from, what did your household look like when you were younger?
So growing up, my dad was a pretty wealthy man. I had my dad, my mom, my brother. I'm the firstborn. I have a younger brother, Collins, a younger sister, and a younger brother after that. And growing up, it was fun in the sense that me, my brothers, and my sister, we created a bond growing up because our dad necessarily wasn't. It was present, but wasn't present. So we only had each other. growing up, in a sense that we had a big compound, so we had soccer ball. Me and my brother would kick the ball around to play together. My sister, she's the only girl in the family. We would joke with her, mess with her a little bit, And I kind of grew up on the streets, and not in the sense that I was out there fighting, but I grew up with the street kids that we play soccer right in front of our property. And so my household was, my mom would go to work, she would come back from work, she'll cook, clean, ask us to, a couple errands. And this was all before I went to boarding house. Because my brother ended up going to boarding house for a couple years, and that's when a little disconnect came in too, in the sense that my brother and I we was together for most of our lives in boarding school, while wasn't that connected to our parents, especially my dad to be exact. Because now we don't live with them no more in the house. My mom still comes to the school, check up on us here and there, but my dad not really only comes in like on visit. Even the visitation days, he barely shows up. My mom's still there with my uncle, bringing food, sometimes money. My dad just sends the money and that's it. Yeah, so growing up, my household, it was pretty, fun. Growing up as a childhood experience, I wouldn't want anything else, any other kind of experience, but it could have been better.
When things are going on that we don't really understand, people tend to look inward.
Yeah.
Did you ever blame yourself for the lack of affection from your dad?
In a sense, I did. There was a time that I actually sat there and thought maybe I was the one, I did something bad. Maybe I came into his life when he wasn't prepared to have a child, or there were times that I blame myself 100% for that. That drove me into having depression, anxiety. I'm able to talk about this now because, like I said, I got closer with God. I'm giving all my life to God. And I have the strength to share my testimony out there in case anybody's feeling that type of way. They can, they should be all free and okay to talk to somebody about it. Because me talking to somebody about it really helped me a lot. I blame myself growing up. I blame myself for the reason why I left our family. I blame myself for the reason why a lot of things happen.
So you feel like if you were in a different spot or you made different decisions, he would still be around?
In a sense, not really, because I feel like everybody's on to their own actions. Whatever he had to do, whatever him living, he had his mind made up on that. I just felt like there could have things I could have prevented myself from doing that that aided them in this decision he made. Like I wanted that fatted love so bad that I gave this man my life savings so he can go live somewhere else to start a new life for himself, because he had this old scenario that I want to get into that's a lot personal to me. But I gave him my life savings thinking that, okay, if he goes, when he's settled, he will repay back or reach out to me or my siblings, make sure we're okay, check up on us, and just for everything to just go south. So pretty much just lost all my life savings. I was 19 at this age, lost my life savings, and also lost my dad during the process. Like, he's alive, but I lost that connection with completely.
Did he ever reach out?
He reached out a while back, but not for the good reasons, not to check up on me, but to stay the same story, the same scenario that has been going on. So the fact that I even got to a situation where he actually blamed me for the reason why he left. When the whole thing I tried to do was to make sure it was okay. Like, I would go out to the mall, buy shoes, buy outfits for him, give him gifts, go out, take him out to go eat. I did a lot of things that, just to keep him around for as long as I can. Because, that's my dad. I don't want to lose my dad. But he ended up blaming me for one of the reasons why he left. He blamed me, he blamed my mom, he blamed my sister, a lot of things like that. And that really, hearing your dad blaming you as the first son and as the first child, hearing that from your own father, that really drove a stake through my heart. I got depressed. I didn't necessarily turn to drugs to get out of depression, but I was doing a lot of things that you could tell that I was hurting on the inside, but not everybody knew, because I always joke a lot, I always laugh a lot, I always keep a smile on my face. People are like, oh wow, you're always smiling, always laughing. Yeah, because I'm hiding the pain inside. I'm hiding the hurt, because a lot of people don't get that. So a lot of people just trying to, like you said, people try to judge of our parents. A lot of people based why I do certain things or why I act certain way off rip without really knowing the true story in there. So when I try to say my story, they feel like I'm trying to shift the blame away from someone. But in reality, I'm just blaming myself for the whole thing that's going on.
Do you still hide those feelings still today?
Not really. In a sense, kinda. but not really, honestly. I'm the type of dude now, if you ask me about my story, I can openly tell you my story. I can tell you the whole truth. Like before, I would just beat around the bush, just lie about one thing or two just so I can get out there. But now I can sit down with you and just tell you my true story. I don't really hide anything necessarily per se anymore. I reach out when I feel depressed. I read the Bible when I feel sad. I don't do drugs, so I don't even drink alcohol. So it's like I'm an open book now. I still joke a lot because all those process of me hiding those hurts through comedy, through laughing, to making fun of people, it's still a part of me as a character I am now. I don't joke about people no more, but I still make jokes and I still clown a lot. Yeah.
Blame is something that, whether it's correct or wrong, whether it's rightly deserved or it's not, it's still something that lingers on the mind. It has a way of just replaying and recurring.
Yeah.
It seems like you did a lot in that situation with your dad. Mm-hmm. What blame did you receive?
I received the blame that I'm the first. He actually told me this in a text message, that he actually regrets giving birth to me as his first son.
Wow.
Yeah, he told me that in a text message. He said, I regret having you as a son. I'm a sin. And me being alive is in pain for his sin. So hearing those things from your dad, constantly replacing your mind, replacing your head like, damn, like, it's like, the Bible says, God is our father, but our earthly father is who gave birth to us. So I feel rejected by my earthly father. I feel rejected by God at that point. So when he said those words, I felt the worst I could ever feel. Like, my girlfriend be like, don't let it affect you. My brother said the same thing. My mom said the same thing and everything. But, it's impossible for me to just not feel that type of way. There's somebody that I've known my entire life. It's the only person I've known as a dad growing up. And he just uttered those words to me. Yeah, so they'll replay my mind. A lot recently, they haven't been replaying my mind for like the past couple months now, because I'm going through a whole healing process. But yeah.
Have you spoken since then?
To him? No, we haven't connected. I think I actually blocked him. One thing I did before I did that though, I prayed to God to give me the strength to forgive him, because I cannot keep living in sin and trying to ask for the blessing of God. So I had to forgive him first. Then I had to forgive myself for putting the blame on myself. Then I blocked him to just keep my sanity away from him. Just because it's my father and everything doesn't mean I have to let myself feel tainted and attacked every single day. So I had to do that just for my own sake.
And if you had the chance to talk to him, if he was the one sitting across from you right now, talking to you, looking at you like this, what would you say to him?
I just ask him. I'll ask him why he did what he did. I ask him the reason why he did what he did, and I'll tell him one thing. I'll say, like, you're my dad, but you're not my father. You just there to you provided for the family, which is your job, but you're not my father, because a father always have a bond with his child. I have a bond with God. That's my father. I have a bond with my friends. You're my friend. I have a bond with my mentor, but I don't have a bond with him. So if I was to sit right now and cross me and I'll tell him that, I'll be like, thank you for giving birth to me. Thank you for providing for my family and for bringing us to the United States. But that's it. I did not learn God because of you. I found God because he came to me. I did not grow up because of you. I grew up because God gave me the strength to grow up. And do I wish things were different? Yeah, obviously, 100%. I see people and the kids, people my age, with their dads bonding, having a great time. I wish I want that for myself. Sometimes I tear up, I cry a little bit on the inside. But I'll just tell him thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I have no hate. I don't have no animosity towards him. Anger maybe a little bit still there. I'm still praying to, with that off completely. But I just tell him thank you. I'm going to thank you for everything you've done. But I don't owe you anything, and you don't owe me anything. So we can just go our separate ways.
Do you want him back in your life?
No, I don't.
Even if he came to you requesting?
I don't. He can stay where he's at. 100%. I don't want it back in my life. I don't want it back in my family's life.
Not invited to the wedding, to the baby shower?
Nope. He didn't even know that I was having a son. So no.
Really?
I might give him an invite to the wedding, but it's more so like if you show up, if you don't show up, it don't matter. Because deep down inside of me, I won't want him to be there. I don't. But just because, you know, it's my dad, he's still, I just send him an invite.
Wow. When it comes to, you mentioned your son. Are you comfortable talking about it?
Yeah, I'm actually at the stage where I'm some type of comfortable to talk about him because it's part of the grieving process, the part of the healing process. So I need to, yeah.
So through your eyes, tell us about your son.
About my son? My son is the best that you could ever ask for. Sadly, you know, his time on earth was so short. It wasn't something I wanted. When I first found out, you know, about him that, hey, I was gonna be a father, I was nervous. I was scared. I was shocked. I actually pitched in abortion into it. My girlfriend was like, at first she was like, yeah, but then she said no. But everything we did, we couldn't get the abortion in that way. Like everything we did, we couldn't get the money. We couldn't do anything. But the moment we made the choice to keep the baby and to raise the baby, everything else started flourishing. And, you know, going to the doctor's appointment, I actually see heard his heartbeats, see him kick. Every time I call his name, it responded to me. I put my hand on my girlfriend's belly to talk to him every night, and he kicks me. Sleeping at night, I put my back and I feel him kicking my back, like get off my mom and stuff like that. Like, you know, all those little kicks. Every time I make a sound, it reacts to it. I put a light on the stomach, it reacts to the light. Like, you know, it's the best. And when it was burned, when she gave birth to him, and I saw him, it was the most handsome baby that you could ever have. He had a head full of hair. It was beautiful. You know, I shed tears that that he wasn't alive, that he wasn't here with me today. But it was the best that you could ever ask for. Character wise, I already knew his character before he came out. Like I was excited. I was scared, nervous. I wasn't prepared, but I was excited.
So, he passed away before you could officially meet him.
Yeah.
How was? You mentioned at the beginning you were thinking of an abortion and things like that. What do you feel made you prefer that option at the beginning? Because
I felt like I wasn't ready. I felt like I wasn't prepared. I felt like I was too young and immature. But
how old were you?
I was 22.
22.
Yeah, so I was scared. I panicked.
Okay.
I did this first thing, every young person would want to do, get an abortion, get rid of it as soon as possible. But me actually agreeing to keeping the pregnancy and to keeping the baby, that made me grow up. I matured a lot from there. I learned a lot from there. I developed a lot from there. There are a lot of characters that I learned from there that stuck with me till today.
What was your family's reaction?
Obviously African family. You're not graduated from university yet. You're not married yet. You haven't a child at wedlock. Yeah, they were pissed.
Really?
Man, my mom was mad at me. She wouldn't talk to me for days. My brother was like, damn, bro, you messed up badly. My sister was like the same thing. Daniel, he didn't care. But my brother and my sister, they were like, damn, bro, you could have asked us for the money for the abortion. We could have give it to you. But I told them I was embarrassed to ask for the abortion because I felt embarrassed about the situation at first. My mom was mad and everything, but she finally, she called me, she talked to me. She called my girlfriend, she talked to my girlfriend, she gave my girlfriend a key to her apartment. She said, you're welcome here anytime. And when I saw my mom do that I had some type of, relief that my mom accepts the baby. But my mom was even planning. My mom was like, oh, she already had $1,000 budget that she was going to give to her to go shopping for the baby. And then $1,000 that she was going to give to my girlfriend to go shopping for herself. So my mom was ready for the baby. She was ready to be a grandma. I was excited. She already had the names picked out. At first, yeah, she was pissed, but then we fell in love with the baby. Dora was telling me she can't wait to be an aunt. My brother was telling me, I can't wait to be an uncle, because he was like, I'm finna come take your baby and babysit him for you while you go to work and this and that. Like everybody, every African family, our first initial, when you're not prepared, when you're not married, they're always going, be mad, angered, and everything. But over time, they will all, fall in line. Like they will all come into line. It's like me getting piercing. My mom was furious about it. Now she asks me when I don't put my earring on, she'll be like, "Where's your earrings?" So that's just how it is. They ended up falling in love, and when they found out that I lost the baby, my mom cried.
Wow.
Because she had to go through that experience before. She lost a son before my baby brother was born. She lost a son. She cried. She know how I felt, and my whole family sympathized with me. So, yeah.
And how was the experience for the two of you and your partner?
At first, we got distant from each other at first, because we were pitching the abortion and everything. We got distant, and then when we accepted the baby, we got closer. But then a lot of cultural background came into existence, because we're from two different cultures. She's American, straight American. I'm Nigerian. Two different cultural experiences, two different countries. So we had to make some, adjustments to each other's needs and everything. And we started talking about how the child's going to be raised, and, a lot of differences play into it. And then we got closer. Then when we lost the baby, we actually got distant, to the fact that we actually broke up for a couple months.
Really?
Yeah, we lost the baby in July. We broke up in August, and we didn't get back together until mid-October. That's when we got back together. We broke up for about almost 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, then we got back together, and around December we decided to work on our relationship again. Went to church for New Year's Eve, and we just gave it all to God from there.
Wow. So, would you want to have a child right now?
Honestly, if she was to tell me, "Oh, babe, I'm pregnant," I'll actually be excited.
No, but if she says, "I want to have a kid,"
we've talked about that. We've actually considered doing that, but we prayed, and I told her, I said, just be patient. Now that we have another chance, we should have this year to just be me and her, to just learn ourselves. Because ever since we've been dating, it's been one scenario, another scenario. We haven't really had a full year where we can just date each other and just learn from each other and everything, to learn what we like, what we don't like, our dislikes, our likes. We've been together for 3 years now. It's going to be 3 years in April. And this year is going to be the first year where we actually decided to take time to build our relationship, after a solid foundation. So that way, if we was to end up preparing to have another baby in the future, whatever happened in the past will not reoccur again in the future.
Makes sense. So, to any 21, 22, 20-year-old that just found out they're having a baby, what would you say to them?
Don't panic. I know panic is going to be part of it. Don't panic. But I'll tell you one thing. You can never be prepared for it. You can never be ready for a baby. You can be 30, 40, 50-year-old. You can never be ready for a baby. A baby is a blessing from God. It catches you off guard. I promise you, it catches you off guard. But the moment you start to accept the fact and responsibility, you will grow and mature as a young, healthy man. And I promise you, or even if you're the lady, you'll be a beautiful, successful mom. But I promise you, it's going to be hard at first. But the moment you accept that fact, everything else will fall into place.
How do you feel about abortions now?
Now, I'm against them. I read the word of God. I'm glad my mom was against the abortion too. And that's one of the reasons why we couldn't get it. And I read the word of God, and God frowned against it. I can't remember what verse to be particular, because I don't want to misquote the Bible. But it's frowned upon by the word of God. I know people say, my body, my choice, and all that. But a baby is a gift from God. Whether you like it or not, it's a gift from God. So people that are actually pro-abortion, I'm against it. I'm against abortion. I'm against killing. I'm against it 100%. So if my girlfriend tell me today that she's pregnant, I'm keeping the baby 100%. And I'm taking full responsibility and manning up to the situation, taking accountability for putting us in a situation in the first place. So if you don't want to put yourself in that position, don't do what will lead to that position.
So what would you say in the case of rape?
In the case of rape, I would say I know it's a lot of regrets, but If you end up being pregnant from being raped, I'm sorry that you had to go through that experience. But keep the baby. Don't let the baby be a reminder of what you went through, but see baby as a blessing from God.
What about in the case of incest?
In case of what?
Incest.
Same thing. I'm sorry you had to go through that situation, that experience. Like, I really deeply apologize for that. If you end up keeping the baby, if you know you can afford to take care of the baby, you can put it for abortion, for adoption. But I'll say raise the baby, give birth to the baby, even if it's the worst thing that you feel at that moment. But I promise you, the moment you accept the fact that you're pregnant and you accept the fact to take care of yourself during that pregnancy, it's actually one of the best things that you could experience.
And last but not least, what about in the case of the pregnancy potentially killing the mother, or that would actually be ended?
So I'm the type of person that don't believe in that situation, that scenario to be exact, because I grew up in TVs watching stuff like that. I'd be like, oh yeah, she's a high risk pregnant and everything. But like I said, if you read the Word of God every day, you wouldn't want to circulate yourself or give yourself that mindset of negative thoughts and thinking throughout the whole pregnancy, because the baby feels your emotions too. So if you're having a thought that, oh, I might die during this process, then it's more likely to happen, because the tongue is a powerful thing. Mm-hmm. But even though if the doctor tells you that, oh, you are high risk pregnancy, you this and that, don't believe that. Just pray to God, believe yourself, and stay healthy. If you decide to keep yourself healthy, to keep your body healthy, the high risk can turn to nothing. Because I've seen people that actually survive from cancer without going through chemo. I'm in a church with a lady who got into a wreck, and the doctor said she might not make it, but she's walking in our church. No wheelchairs, no walking stick, nothing, just 2 legs. And she was into a wreck, a severe accident. So if God can do that, if God can do that, don't worry about your pregnancy killing you, because God will not give you something that can harm you, and won't give you something that you can't handle. So
even in the case of atomic pregnancies where the baby is born outside of the fallopian tube?
So in situations like that,
yeah,
that's an unfortunate experience. And at that point, it's like they try and give you a blessing. They're trying to give you a blessing for that kind of situation, but maybe your body wasn't prepared for it, or maybe you wasn't ready for it in the sense that you might be wanting to be pregnant, but there's something in your lifestyle you need to change in order for that pregnancy to actually occur. Because my aunt actually had a atopic pregnancy. She had 2 of them. But during that process, that's when she was living off the world. Like, she wasn't living in the Word of God. She was more towards the situation of like clubbing, partying. She goes to church on a Sunday, goes to Bible study on Tuesdays, I think that's when it was back then. And on Friday night, she at the club, smoking, drinking. But she goes on Sunday praying to God to give her a husband, praying to God to give her a child. She got blessed with the baby, but they were atopic, 2 of them. One of my youngest cousin, is about 11 or 12 now. It was actually preemie. It was in an incubator, because she was still of the world, but God saved that baby. Now when she gave her life to God, she was able to carry her second child fully, give birth to him 9 months, no problems, no issues. But that only happened when she turned to God 100%. So atopic pregnancy, I feel like God wants to give you a blessing, but He needs you to change something in your lifestyle, that you need to prepare yourself for the blessing. Because we can go on our knees today, pray to God to give us $1 million, but we out there in the club tomorrow smoking and drinking, partying. That's not the will of God. You cannot mix the light and the darkness together. So if you want something, if you want God to bless you 100%, live your life 100%. God will show you a sample of what your life can look like if you give it to Him 100%. And you would think that sample alone is the whole package, but in the whole time it's just a sample.
To be fair, everyone has their point of view, but me personally, I can respect your point of view, although I do disagree. To be honest,
be honest, it's open.
Me personally, I feel like pregnancies in general, abortions in general, I don't like it happening. Mostly when it's in a normal situation where it could be prevented, and it ends up happening. No one likes that kind of situation. But at the same time, with those particular examples I made, I feel like at the end of the day, mostly in the country we live in, I'm kind of hazy on the rules in Nigeria about the abortions. That one is just vibes. I don't think the government's really
that whole country
it.
is just vibes.
But when it comes to places like the US, I believe it should be in the choice of the person.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's not in the choice.
Yeah.
I'll just say my own personal advice. It's like, you know,
to have it. Okay.
To have it.
That makes sense.
It's in a choice. Like a lot recently I have somebody, I'm not gonna give out names. I had somebody that's going through the same situation. Like they were like, oh, they're not ready, they were scared, they wanted to get an abortion and everything. And I told them, I said, look, if you want to get an abortion, that's you. I told them my personal experience. I prayed with them.
Yeah.
And they still went on and did the abortion. That doesn't mean God won't forgive you for getting an abortion. It will. That's your choice. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm against it 100%. If you tell me to go out there and take a banner and vote against, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. That's just my own personal preference. That's my, like, I was once like that too. I wanted an abortion.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't judge somebody for wanting to get one. So if you know, like some of the scenarios you mentioned, if they want to get an abortion to do it, I would tell them, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh, no, don't stay. I'm not contradicting myself because I would pray for you to, you know, I'll pray to God to change your mind before the situation happens. But if it's something that you're keen on doing, I would not judge you on it. I will not judge you for doing it. Yeah, so, yeah, you know, it's your choice.
Exactly.
Like everybody, we're in a world now where everybody, you know, have to make their own choices.
You know, it's something, and just like you've mentioned some examples, we definitely have seen the stories of people that wanted to get an abortion, but when they didn't, they found so much more love for the child and, you know, enjoy having the child.
Yep.
You know, so I feel like that is something that should be provided to people that are considering abortions. Yeah. You know, just to let them know about
just an
this.
option that can let them know.
Exactly. But, you know, with the people, other people, if putting it that, oh, this is you don't have the choice to think about. I don't feel like.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of person.
Exactly.
I'm not. I don't like to take the option of, you know, that option away from people. Exactly. Because in the sense that at that point you're not just giving people, like, there's no point of free living no more, because now it's like you're under a tight, like my mentor told me yesterday, he said God said, oh, I'm a merciful God, you know, all merciful and God's grace and everything, but he also said the guilty does not go unpunished. But if we stay meditate on that guilty does not going to punish, we'll be working around eggshells, because we'll be like, oh, if I do this, God would just strike me down right there. But he also said, I'm a merciful God. So you can still, you know, we have that free living. We can do what we want to do. As long as we repent to him, but we're still going to get punished for what we did. It's like stealing, for an example. If you steal, you get caught, you go to jail. You serve the consequence for stealing. Yeah. But that doesn't mean when you come out from jail, you're not free to do what you want to do. You just have to make better choices. And that's the same thing with abortion. You have your choice to make your abortion. You have the choice to keep it or get rid of it. That's up to you. Nobody can take that. Nobody should have the power to take that away from you. That's one of the reasons why I was against Texas banning abortion. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, before, yes, I was pro-abortion. I wanted them to get an abortion. But after going through the experience myself, I'm against it in a sense, but that's my own personal belief. But I don't want them to take that option from somebody that, you know, that needs to get it. In the situation of, like, if it's a 13-year-old girl, at that situation, let that option be open to her to get the abortion. You know,
makes sense. Honestly, it's interesting. We've touched about 2 topics of your life, you know, and but I've been deep.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more.
Okay, fair enough. You said you also went to boarding school.
Yeah.
So what old were you when you went to boarding school?
10, 11? No, I was 10. I was the youngest in my class.
10, 11.
I was a 10 or 11-year-old, and I was in SS1.
SS1 in 10 and 11. How?
I told you I was smart, bro. I went to secondary school right from, I think it was primary 4 or 5.
Oh, so you jumped a couple classes?
Yeah, I jumped a lot of classes. A lot, not a couple, a lot growing up.
Okay, so
I wonder. So when I was a kid, when I was like kindergarten, that's first grade stuff. There was like a lot of little mat thingy. I won first place in you know, Milo.
Yeah,
I won first place in Milo. So I had like the old gear. Like my dad had his shirts. We had a lot of notebooks from Milo for like almost a year. We had a Milo supply free because I won.
Wow.
So that allowed me to skip like a class or two, and then I was the youngest. So I've always been the youngest in my class growing up. So I've always been younger till I went to Allmark Secondary School back home. Some of y'all might know it, some of y'all might not know it. It's located in Akure. I went there and I was the youngest. That was my first time boarding house. So I was probably like 10 or 11 SS1. At that point, because I was young and I was in the boarding school, I didn't really take a lot of things serious because my parents weren't there to guide me like they've been there my entire life. So I slacked off a lot. Then I transferred from Allmac to a school called LaSalle College, and then there I be repeat SS1 again. Not because I failed, but because they wanted me to take that class all over again because I was too young and inexperienced.
Wow.
And that really upped my brain too because it's like I'm thinking what I already knew before, so it was light work. So I just passed everything easy.
So why did the school move since you didn't fail? Or was it bad school?
my dad wanted me and my brother to be in the same school.
Ah, so you weren't in the same school?
Yeah, my brother was in LaSalle, I was in Allmark. So my dad wanted us to, and that LaSalle was closer to home.
Okay.
Allmark was about an hour plus away from home. LaSalle was like more like 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Oh, okay.
So like the situation, like if I'm messing up or something, my mom can just pop into school. Because the principal knew my dad. My dad was like a big man.
Exactly.
So the principal knew my dad.
Wow.
My chemistry teacher was my dad's younger sister. My biology teacher is my mom's friend. so he's like we had a like connection. So he's like, if I mess up, it's just a phone call and they there. My parents are in the school already.
So how did that? Were you excited for boarding school?
No, I did not want to go. Nobody wants to leave the house. I didn't want to. I didn't want to leave the comfort of having lights, having waking up. I can get up whenever I want to. I can get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and I can stay up without feeling like somebody's gonna whoop me for staying up at night. I can flick the light on without nobody telling me to turn the light off. I have freedom in my own house. But in boarding school, we're bounded by a strict rule. It's like nighttime is 10 p.m. If I go pee in the middle of the night, I'm at the risk of kneeling on the same spot throughout the whole night. The next morning. So it's like, so you feel me? So things like, and it's not like it actually happened. Okay. There were days that I slept in my principal's room, slept there overnight, me and a couple of my classmates, because we were making fun at middle of the night.
Like you just lay down and slept?
Yeah, they punished us. We just knelt there and tell us to stay there the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should kneel down to the
Yeah, we knelt on our knees to the next day.
So you didn't sleep, or you just knelt down?
We fell asleep, but he would come out periodically and check up on us, and we're sleeping, wake us up with a belt. And he would kneel there to the next day. Sometimes we might miss classes due to punishments. There were times that we missed a week worth of class because we were on punishments.
What kind of punishment?
They asked us dig where you throw trash at?
Yeah.
They had us dig a hole that the trash can fit in. That when the trash fits in there, it still doesn't level up to the floor. So we had to dig a hole, dig it deeper than 6 feet. And it's not just like no skinny thing. It was huge. So yeah, the whole class punishment.
A whole class punishment.
Yeah, my class was we were the smartest class per se.
Yeah.
Because there was a dude in my class that had the highest score in JAM ever, 313. Yeah, that's the highest score in JAM that year. So wow. he had the highest score in JAM that year from our class. But we were also the most troublemaking class. Oh man, we got punished a lot by everybody.
Did you enjoy the experience?
I did. I'm actually glad I went to boarding house. It was actually fun. At first, I hated it. Yeah, I was young. But
he said I was young.
The longer I was in there. I was in there for 4 years, and I enjoyed it. By year 3, year 4, it was fun. So graduating, that was the best day of my life. I was ready to get out. I was ready to leave.
Did you beat somebody's child?
No, I actually didn't. I was the type of dude that I don't punish people.
Really?
Nah.
Never beat anybody's child?
I whooped one person. Yeah. But that was because they threw a bottle on my face during the movie night, and I just got up and just reacted out of anger.
Immediately, intentionally he threw it?
Yeah, intentionally. It looked me, because they were talking in front of me, so I was like, keep tapping into I gotta be quiet, stuff like that. And he just threw the bottle on my face because he thought I was a classmate. So I reacted out of anger and just smacked him. Because some of my classmates were shocked. They were like, that I actually did that to somebody. I don't even punish. I'm not that kind of person. I don't have time because I feel like it's a waste of time because then I have to worry about the person I'm punishing while I'm still worried about myself for not being punished by the principal because I was a senior. So nah.
You beat. What was the kid's reaction?
Shocked. Everybody was shocked.
Yeah. Did he cry? Did he react?
Yeah, he cried. He did. He cried,
in front of everybody.
Yeah, man.
Was it a mixed school?
Nah, boys only.
Boys, okay.
It was boys only. Now I found out my school is actually a mixed school now.
Yeah.
It's converted from boys only to mixed school now.
That's bad. We need money.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. But yeah, it was boys only. He was shocked. I was shocked that I did that. Everybody was shocked. They were like, wow, you really did that? Because I don't punish.
Damn.
I trade that I'm going to punish them, but just to get them to act right.
And when did you leave? When did you leave boarding school? Was it before coming to the US?
Yeah. before coming to you. So this what happened. I graduated. Remember I graduated from boarding school?
Yeah.
The following month I came to the US.
Oh wow, the following month.
Yeah, so I was kind of mad that I had to study for the WAHEC and NECO and take the jam and not even use it.
Useless.
Because I didn't even get my result till I came to the United States.
Did he pass all of them?
Yeah, I had all distinctions in both of them.
Damn.
I'm dead serious. No credit. All
Okay.
distinctions.
All distinctions.
No credit. No. All decisions, both WAHEC and NECO. Because you know how NECO, they be like, they just give you whatever grade.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I didn't have I didn't have a C. The lowest I had was a B3.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
If you're not intelligent, it must be painful to hear these guys.
Man, bro, it hurt. Bro, I promise you, I had like a 260 in JAMB. I got into OAU. I was planning to take my post-UTME because I was doing my medical.
Yeah.
And then there was a new school that opened in Nigeria. That's Unimed. Is it Unimed or something like that? That opened in Ondo State. A brand new school for only medical students.
Wow.
So my mom knew the proprietor, or what they call him, the top person.
Of course.
My mom knew the person. So I already had my mom said if I don't make it to OAU, I can just go there.
Yeah.
And I actually want to go there because it's a brand new school. So I get new equipment, new professors, everything is brand new. So I was actually looking forward to going to either of the schools.
Yeah.
And a week before my post-UTME, we came to the United States.
Did you know beforehand that hey,
I knew we were traveling because I knew we would get the passport,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what date to be exact. I just got told, pack your things. And they said we're going on vacation.
Wow.
So I thought we was going to go and come back.
Yeah.
No, we came and parked the bus.
You came and parked the bus.
We've been here ever since.
Do you think your family knew that it was a vacation, or they?
I think my parents knew, but they didn't tell the kids.
So they knew this was not a vacation.
They knew it wasn't. They knew they were relocating.
Because I ever wonder if anyone was just like they actually came for a vacation.
Not
like,
because my dad actually went back.
you.
My dad actually went back home
for
for like a month or 2, 3 months, and then he came back.
Okay.
But we just got stuck.
stayed.
The moment we got here, that was it.
Yeah.
Parked the bus. We lived in Tennessee for a little bit, and then we came to Texas in 2016, and we just been in Texas ever since.
Takes ever since. Okay. I feel like we've gone to about would I say middle?
Yeah.
Nice point in your life.
Yeah.
Let's do round 2.
All right.
of
Yeah.
assumptions.
Yeah. Level 2.
Yeah. Level 2 questions. I'm gonna go ahead and start this one.
Yeah, no problem,
I get
man.
those questions.
No problem.
I call my parents A, almost every day. B, once or twice per week. C, 2 times per month or less.
You? Every
Yeah.
day. Come
Almost
on.
every day?
Almost every day, bruh.
An answer?
Yeah.
You gotta look into my
yeah.
try to beat my soul.
Now because bro, I've known you for so long now,
So, yeah.
and every time I'm here, you're on the phone with your mom. She calls, even if you don't call her, she calls you.
That's true.
So probably say pretty much every day.
Honestly, it used to fluctuate. Before, when I was a bit younger, actually, I think my mom used to call me more. It would be almost every day. But now I feel like it's more once or twice per week. Of course, some weeks it used to spike. Maybe during holiday it would spike. But I'll say it's more once or twice a week now. Yeah. Honestly, I think that just kind of like tired. That like I already know what this guy is doing. But just vibing at this point.
I mean, yeah.
What about you? You call your parents a lot?
Call my parents?
Yeah, your mom?
My mom, a lot? No. We just talk. She calls me to complain. I mean, there's a time she called me to check up on me. I call her to check up on her, but it's like more of like once, maybe 3-4 times in a whole month.
Well, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, but sometimes I pop up at the house randomly. Like I don't let them. I just pop up in the house.
Yeah.
Just check up on them. I just dip. I'll be there for like an hour. I just dip.
Makes
But
sense.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
You want my question?
Yeah, go ahead.
My first car was a no gift from my parents, an hand me down, or self-purchase.
Self-purchase.
Yeah.
What? In this America? Hey.
Yeah.
You don't know the expense of car.
Man.
What?
But my first car, man, when I bought my first car, bro, whew, I was excited. But that car was crazy, but I was excited.
Excited.
I bought it myself, man. I worked hard and saved up, and I bought it myself.
Exactly.
Will I do it again? Yeah, I mean, look, I'm asking that question. I'm gonna buy my old car from day on, bro. Nobody's gonna buy me no car. So yeah, I'll definitely buy a car every single day. But, yeah.
Bro, when I have kids, I feel like tell me how you feel about doing that.
I'll
Kids.
actually give my kids their first car.
Like gift them?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's something I want to do. It's something my dad promised he's gonna do. When you turn 18, I'm gonna buy you your first car. It even pay for I pay my own college fees.
Bro,
So yeah.
that's just what I like. I never really like that. If parents out there, if you're gonna make a promise, know that you can do the promise.
Facts.
Just
Facts.
like no need to promise.
Don't promise something you cannot do.
Yeah.
Like it hurts us as kids.
Exactly.
And then when we grow up, we try to prevent ourselves from making that same mistake.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly.
you don't want to develop that with your kids. And if you're a parent that you have a newborn or you have a toddler, if you make a promise to them, stick to it, please. I'm begging you.
Yeah.
Don't let them grow hurt like me.
Exactly. And when it comes to it, I'm kind of torn between either having them pay for half or having them pay or just giving it to them. Like, there's a model of, I'll pay for half, you pay for half.
Yeah.
Just to like make them go to work, them work for themselves. Meanwhile, you also pay, you help them out small. I don't know. It depends on what age.
Yeah, it depends on what age.
Honestly.
But my plan is, by the grace of God give me the grace. Senior year high school.
Straight out of high school? Or senior in high school?
Yeah, senior year high school. Maybe like the final year. Just give them a car as a gift for graduating. That's if they keep the grades up though. And,
not him already.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give my kid. I'm not gonna give my kid a car when they out there being causing trouble in school. Like I was a knucklehead in school, so I don't want them to be a knucklehead and get a car.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna reward bad habits.
Fair enough.
Come on.
My phone's voicemail is A, silly, B, serious, C, the default.
Nah, it's silly.
It's silly?
Yeah.
Final answer?
I call you, yes, it's silly because every time I call your phone, this is pious can get to, man, quit talking, bro. Just let it beep.
Bro, that's considered serious. I think that's serious.
Nah, to me, that's silly.
Bro, I just say, hey, this is vice security.
Yeah, that's silly.
Come back.
Yeah, that's silly.
That's
because I don't have a voicemail.
You see, exactly. All these people did.
Keep it like that, bro.
Serious?
Just keep it like that.
Why?
Boop. Leave your voicemail number for my phone number, and that's it.
Those messages, I hate.
Because I don't even listen to voicemail.
I don't.
Because if I see the missed call, I just call you back. So I don't know why you. Somebody left me an old message in the voicemail. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna read that. I just call them back. My question.
Yeah.
The first thing I check in the morning is A, my text, B, my email, C, my social media.
So Twitter.
That's a final answer?
Final answer.
Yeah.
Why'd you say yeah like that?
I don't really check my phone up. The first thing I do when I do is I'll actually open my Bible. First thing. I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, read my Bible. First thing. But the app I do after I'm doing that is Twitter. I have to go keep up on, the news. Because that's where I get my Nigerian news, my soccer, my football news. I get my comedy. Because Twitter is not a real place.
He said it's not a real place.
It's not real. It's not a real place. Like, man, you cannot. If you go on Twitter to look for perfect information, you're just wasting your time because you will find one comment and you will get stuck on that comment forever because you'll be cracking up. It's not a real place.
In between the comedy and some porn,
especially this. Now the crazy part is I'm actually filtering out porn now.
You're what?
I'm filtering out porn. Like
you filter it out.
I don't want.
Is there a way to filter it out?
You just block them.
Like you have to wait till you get to the people.
No, whenever I just see someone that posts something like that,
block it. So just keep reducing.
Yeah, because I'm tired of porn, man. I can't see that exactly. Because I can say it openly. I grew up watching porn. If you say you haven't watched porn in your life, is either you're too young or you're lying. You just lying. 100% lying.
Why is you be watching me, Nick?
I'm not watching you, but you just lying to yourself.
Why
because it's even if I didn't say you masturbate to porn, but out of curiosity, you have watched porn before.
Have I?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because I know you.
Like,
I'm not judging you, but I know you.
I'm a full bucket right here. Never drained. I'm never drained over here. I'm just. You see me? I'm low-key levitating right now because I'm above.
Bro, you lost your virginity before I did, so you can't even talk.
Who said that?
What you mean? I remember when? I'm not going to put your business out there on the camera.
You remember when what? What do you remember? You don't remember
your
that?
Exes.
My exes?
Yeah.
Bro, just because you have exes doesn't mean...
I remember the time you told us to, give you the apartment to yourself.
Give me the apartment?
Bro, on Forest Lane.
On First Lane?
Yeah, you told Lincoln to bounce.
To bounce? Bro.
Because I remember he came to the field to come play soccer and he was furious. I was like, why? He said, bro, this bud Pius just told me to bounce, bro. That's having company. I was like, damn.
Bro, exactly. Not that I was going to. That does not mean
that. Nah, bro.
Does that mean because maybe I just wanted to have a prayer night?
You're not a prayer nights?
I wanted to have a prayer night.
Bro, you wasn't close to God until recently. Too, just like
Can
I
you
am.
imagine that?
Just like I am, bro. Bro, we are sinners. We should accept the truth.
You see, I've been a devout Christian since the age of 0.
This is the difference. You were born into it. I was born into it. I love God. I've always been a Christian guy. I've known my Bible growing up. But there's a difference between 100% Christianity. Like, I gave my life to God, but I was still doing things of the world on the low.
Exactly.
Which was
drinking, Draining. But now, have you fully drained yourself? Do you feel like you don't have any more? Is that?
I'm a full bucket.
Full bucket. That's wild. Well, Dennis, I appreciate you being here.
No problem, man.
We did these questions. Now we know your story more. And I got every question right. Thank you guys so much for watching. How many questions did you get right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how many questions?
What questions do you want us to ask your next guest? Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.